form there.
Absolutely, yeah, it's a good tune.
Good. On XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant. Karl Pilkington, more importantly. Karl, come on then.
Right.
I need some education.
No, it's Rockbusters.
I know, but I need education. I need some education.
I know, that's what we've promised the Rockbusters.
Educating Ricky, I will be ditching before Christmas.
Why?
It will be going.
Why? Because there's nothing out there.
It's just struggling. I was thinking on the way in today, I can either do, doing something more with Steve, because we've done, like, the Ricky angle. Either we can do,
educating Steve?
No, either like a bit of a call my bluff type thing, but it's like a con merchant, and I have to, like, trick you.
Okay.
Con
So I'm
merchant,
the
I like it.
and you're the merchant. And then, I was thinking something that you just do some work, and you have a moan for a bit, and that's a bit, that's like a wine merchant, that you just, like, whine on about something.
Again,
the pun comes first with you, doesn't it?
You've worked out that first.
Yeah.
That's like, I ever told you I've come up with a couple of sitcoms for me.
Go on.
One is I've got an imaginary navy called Merchant's Navy.
Yeah.
I've got a navy in it, and the premise is I've got a navy. And another one is I live in...
And that's as far as he's got as well.
Yeah, that's all I've come up with. If you've got any ideas there, Karl, that'd be much appreciated. Another one is I live in quite a salubrious part of North London, and that's called Merchant of Little Venice. And I live in Little Venice. Again, I don't know what happens. But, any ideas, Karl? You know,
I've got one where I play an Italian waiter, and it's called Shut Up a Gervais.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
That's the one we're working on now, actually, to follow up with The Office.
Do you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do something with that.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we've got Rockbusters.
Okay.
So, these are mine. Number 1. You've been dunking that for too long. That's LB. Right, so...
Oh god, that's too easy. That's too easy.
I always tease them, don't I? I give them something to make them feel like they're going to win something, and then I hit them hard with a tricky one.
That doesn't make sense. Yeah, go on.
So, the first one, so that's the cryptic clue for a band or an artist. Their initials are LB, and the cryptic clue, you've been dunking that for too long.
Yeah.
So that's the first one. Second one, you won't be able to play that game in this pub, because the table ain't big enough. Right? Could be an old artist, could be a new one, could be a band.
What's the initials?
FD. Alright? FD. You won't be able to play that game in this pub, the table ain't big enough. And the final one, well, I've had a rubbish day, so I'm happy it's over. Right? That's the third cryptic clue, the initials being GK. Right?
Yeah.
Well, I've had a rubbish day, so I'm happy it's over. They're the 3 clues. All you gotta do is email in ricky.gervais.
That's great! That's genius.
Which one?
The last one.
Alright.
That is genius. That's the best one you've ever done.
Right. Ricky.gervais.
That's great. I don't know the middle one.
.uk.
Okay.
Email in them 3 answers, you win the stuff. We have still got Educating Ricky.
Go on, let's have one.
No, I'll give you the titles.
Give me the titles, yeah, got it.
Right, you've got 3 bits of info that's gone on in the world, or
possibly
sort of information.
Older times. Never go further back than the 17th century, do we?
Well, no, let's make it clearer. There's 3 bits of information that people have put on the net. Whether or not they're true. Definition.
And that he still gets it a little bit wrong in translation, and sort of adds bits to it. Yeah, go on.
So we've got,
I love it when he plays out those historical dialogues. You know, it's like the 15th century where he goes, so anyway, a bloke says to himself, I'll tell you what I'll do.
So the horse isn't happy. Yeah, go on.
Right, so the 3 that you've got to pick from, you've got, get your kit on, we're off down the butchers.
Yeah, let's get your kit on, we're off down the butchers, yeah!
We've got, wash up with you.
Wash up with you.
Wash up with you! Ah! Yeah!
And the last one I couldn't really think of a good title for, so it's just, why don't they just get a diary or some paper or something?
Oh, play a record!
We've got to make this into a book.
It's mine and Steve's favourite bit of the whole show. This is what we do this show for now. Educating Ricky.
Yeah.
Go for it, Karl.
You said that learning can't be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay, I'll go for the one, what's the one about the butcher, going down the butcher shop?
You've got, get your kit on, we're off down the butchers.
Yeah.
You going for that one?
Yeah.
Well, do you know the saying, don't let the cat out of the bag?
Yeah.
Do you know what it means?
Yeah, don't give away a secret.
Right. Well, do you know how it came about?
No.
Well, Ages ago. Before, like...
Ages ago. 17th century?
Yeah, before, like...
Yeah, 17's good. Yeah.
Before, like, you know, proper butchers and Dewhursts and supermarkets and that, you used to get these blokes who sold meat. Right.
Butchers they were called then, I think.
Yeah, but the difference was they didn't stay in the same place, they moved about. Right, so they'd turn up on a street corner, and he'd have, like, loads of carrier bags of, like...
Carrier bags?
Yeah, with meat in and that, and people would
Plastic
be like,
carrier bags?
Yeah, with mobile butcher on them.
Yeah.
Right, so,
had an email address.
Yeah, go on.
People went, right, yeah, I need some meat, right, so they'd go up to this bloke, and say, what have you got? And he'd say, well, I've got a, you know, you can have a bag full of pig, or you can have, whatever, a bag full of chicken, whatever. Yeah. And they'd go, yeah, how much? They go, oh, you know, call it a £5 or whatever. Yeah. And, they'd buy them, and to make more money, they didn't always fill the bag with what they said was in it.
Oh, and yeah, I thought that might be the case.
Right? Yeah. So what they used to do...
Did they ever put cats in there?
Yeah.
But I don't see what...
Okay, so sometimes they would put a cat in the bag and pretend it was chicken or whatever else.
Yeah, so...
But why was a cat any cheaper than a chicken? Because
cats are wandering around the streets, aren't they? Chickens aren't. So they'd get a chicken, they'd put a chicken on the top so that when they look in it, they'd go, yeah, that's alright. Got a bag full of chicken. They'd get home to make the dinner, and they'd be like, what are we having tonight? And they'd go, well, you'll never guess. And they'd have, like, you know, well, you can have a chicken leg, and, you know...
But it would be a cat. Yeah. They'd have to defrost a pizza.
Yeah.
Did they mind that they were eating cat then, in those days?
He didn't say. He just was saying about the saying, don't let the cat out of the bag. It's like, you know, if they see that, they're gonna go mad.
I'm mildly disappointed with this story. It's alright if it's true, but, you know, there's something about it, it's just... I want to know more. He always leaves it. Is it Karl doesn't quench your thirst for knowledge, he creates more. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Well, yeah, he's like the pot noodle of information.
Yeah, do you know, I want to go...
I'm not nourished by it.
It's like if for every fact he tells me, there's 10 others that spring up that I have to get clear.
Well, so it was the people that were doing this, it was the dodgy butchers that coined this phrase. Were they saying to each other, don't let the cat out the bag? I.e., what I mean by that, Jack, is don't let them see the cat.
Yeah.
What we've stuffed in there.
Yeah.
Dodgy butcher, that's another phrase, isn't it?
So that's the first one.
Is that a euphemism, or is that dodgy butcher?
As his meat delivered round the back.
Sure.
So, that's that one. So let's get your kit on.
What does that mean?
It's a euphemism for homosexuality.
Okay. And meat, presumably, in that means different things.
It doesn't. It's a word that is also a male
bird. Would it mean chicken or cat necessarily in that context? Or well, I suppose it could.
Yeah. Karl's look at him. Karl looks at you like a cat.
Yeah.
Whenever we leave him behind, if we don't talk like straight at him and let him see our lips moving, and it's, you know, monosyllabic and very slow. Look, he's lost in that conversation there. He just drifted off, didn't you, Karl?
No, I just was also thinking on animals and that. Something else I was going to use.
Go on.
Was,
this isn't a radio show, is it? I just suddenly caught myself. This is nothing.
I told you that before. It's been bad today.
No, but I mean, it's the way, this casual way that it's like we almost have no regard for our listener. And I'm not proud of that. I just don't know what to do about it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to do this properly. I mean, we're just chatting here. I mean, it's only Anderson who's seen through us, and that surprises me, that more people haven't. I mean, what are the figures like? Do people listen to this show?
I'll find out for you.
You keep saying that.
But, yeah, there's this parrot, and, apparently it lives
Rick, it's unique, if nothing else. I mean, when you wake up with Woken tomorrow, you're not even going to hear him start a line with there was this parrot.
Go on, there was this parrot, go on.
And it can talk and that. Someone's obviously, you know, taught it how to speak and that. And, it flew away, and it's living in this church, right? And people are at the church doing hymns and that, and then
trouble's brewing.
In between the hymns.
If that parrot was owned by an old miner who used to swear a lot,
well,
then the vicar is going to be really annoyed. That vicar, that vicar's gonna go on.
I just hope he stays quiet, Rick, during the vicar's sermons.
Yeah, go on.
Have you read it?
No, go on. You read it.
No, because that's what happens, right?
Go on, tell us, Carl.
During the hymns, it's sort of effing and jeffing and stuff.
Jeffing?
And everyone's like going, oh, you know, it's quite funny, really, you know, it doesn't know what it's doing. Everyone's having a laugh.
Yeah.
But it's causing a havoc at funerals.
When did this happen?
Not years ago.
John was a much-loved man. He was a wanker!
Yeah.
So, anyway, so that was another story.
What can you say about Uncle John?
Bollocks.
Oh, Carl, I love the fact that when you look at things, you go, that's interesting. A parrot swears at funerals. And it stays with you. You see, for a simple man, you retain an awful lot of knowledge. It's just all rubbish. Do you know what I mean? If you just replaced all this rubbish with good stuff, you'd be an intellectual.
Yeah.
Really. Because, I mean, your retention is fantastic.
Yeah. So
Did I lose you again there, did I? Was it the word retention?
We've still got, Wash Up With You.
Yeah. Should we play a record and do Wash Up With You?
Yeah, we'll play a bit of Aqualung.
Aqualung! Alright, that's Aqualung. Good time's gonna come, innit? Right, Carl, come on in, educating Ricky. So, don't let the cat out of the bag, that's where that comes from. Comes from a crafty butcher. Right, go on in.
So the next little headline is, Wash Up With You.
Wash Up With You, go on.
You wanna know about that?
Yes.
It's a survey that they did this week.
They?
Yeah, some university did some survey.
Brilliant.
Did a world test on washing up.
Yeah.
And, each country were given 140 pots to clean. Brits were the quickest. Yeah. Turkey were the slowest at washing up.
The Turks.
It's not because the little fellas that work in the kitchens with no, is it?
They can't reach.
Spain were the cleanest, and the Germans were pretty good as well. So
I don't know where to start with this. Honestly, Steve, I don't know where to start with that. Look at his face.
It was really light, right? We've had the parrot, right? These are things that I found. Found the parrot. Right, I've told you about the dog in the car wash.
Right, you didn't tell me about that. You said there's a car wash for a dog. That's all you told me.
Yeah, but
the parrot, you said there's a parrot. What? It's a problem at funerals.
Yeah.
That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing. Do you understand?
And,
they used to eat cats.
what else have we got? There's an elephant in India with sore feet.
Why?
There's an elephant in India with sore feet.
Now I'm interested. Why?
Tap dancing?
Why?
I didn't write that
He's
much
trying to
about
break
it.
Roy Castle's record. He's still going.
Go on, what is it? Think.
It's an elephant, and it was really old. It was about 76.
Right.
And it had sore feet, because it's old, and
they don't make stair
and
lifts
the
that big, do they?
roads are bad and that.
Yeah,
so, they said, what are we going to do? And the town was like, oh, you know, we're used to seeing it around, it's part of the thing, you know, we don't want it to have sore feet.
Yeah.
So they got some slippers made for it. And it had like a picture of the elephant looking happy wearing some slippers.
I love him! I love Carl, his world! Think of it, where did you see this picture?
That was on the internet.
Right.
That's the lesson, though, for any elephants listening. You know, don't wear stilettos to work every day, because it can do your feet in.
So that it's
But don't elephants have really bad memories?
no, they have really good memories.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good then. No, I just thought they'd forget where they put them. I thought there was something about elephants having bad memories and that.
It goes on, where's my slippers?
Yeah.
I'm sure I left them by the test.
So, sorry, there's an elephant walking around wearing slippers?
Yeah, that's in
What
India.
kind of slippers? Those sort of old man ones with the sort of check.
Well, round ones, I imagine.
Yeah.
Big round ones.
There was that going on.
And is it happening? Is it happier? I mean, does it feel more
It
satisfying?
looked it.
Did it look? How can you tell for elephants, please?
What else is there? There was a woman who's had a breast insured for 150 grand.
Right.
Okay. Any more information there?
What? Third party fire and theft?
Don't know, it had a picture of her with them, like, you know, out. I just thought, yeah, you should get them covered.
He's done another real joke!
Brilliant, that's a proper joke.
He's done, look at his little face, he smiles.
I'd like to see you on one of the sort of TV panel games. If they could bring back sort of celebrity squares, I think it'd be amazing as the centre square.
Oh, that would be incredible.
Or on that countdown in Dictionary Corner.
I imagine him in Dictionary Corner.
I'd come up with cat. If that helps at all.
Yeah. Memblant.
Yeah, what does that mean, Carl?
Just anything you want it to mean. Oh, what I've got. There's a dog that's got a cough in Singapore because it smokes 20 a day. Right, okay, another one.
No, it's the last one, and it's
Yeah.
say that the last one we've got is why don't we just
Sorry,
get-
what was that? Wash up with you, that was it. But was that it? Survey of washing pots and
I
pans.
didn't understand. You said Italy were the cleanest.
No, Spain.
No, Brits were the quickest.
Yeah.
We were the quickest, but Italy was the
Spain was the cleanest.
Turkey were the slowest.
Yeah.
Spain were the cleanest.
But why weren't we clean then? Because we were washing up. Why were we not paying attention to the?
We did it rubbish, we did it quick.
We did it quickly, but I don't understand why it was being rated on.
Who was doing it? Was it Lynette Newman or Ainsley Harriott?
She's quick. Both of them are quick.
Yeah.
Well, they've got like kind of loads of slaves that do it for them.
Did we use Fairy Liquid?
Dunno, it didn't have
Did
all
we use a
that.
whole bunch of Boy
Didn't
Scouts?
say that. Just
Like
said, it just said, you know, that.
Who had the
Who
softest
volunteered
hands?
for that?
Who had the softest hands?
So it didn't say, I didn't.
Why is it we don't get notified that this is taking place?
I don't know.
When I was a kid, no one ever said, you know, we need recruits because we're doing a survey on who can wash up the quickest.
Are you disappointed in yourself with that one, Carl?
It is pretty dull, to be fair, and that is why we've got to bring in either con merchant or a wine merchant
Or shut up at your face.
Yeah.
Would you be able to, if I put you on the spot in the next, sort of after the next record, would you be able to give an example of how con merchant would work? I mean, is there something you could do, just sort of experiment?
Should we play record?
Play a tune. What's happening,
I
Carl?
can do better than that.
What?
Ads.
Go on. Travis on XFM 104.9 on Ricky Gervais with me, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. We're doing Educating Ricky. Right, final one. Come on, Karl.
Right, what was it? It was, why don't they just get a diary or some paper or something to write on?
Yeah.
Because
Snappy.
I couldn't think of a heading for it. It's basically,
Go on.
people who have tattoos, have never understood it, right? That they have something put on their arm.
Right, sorry. Have we started the educate? Is this part of it? Are you educating me? This is something that will be useful in my life that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Go on then.
No, it's just that they've got a machine out, right, that, does tattoos. You come up with a design you want, and you sort of, this machine scans it, and, you put your arm in this thing, and you press print or whatever, and then it does the tattoo on your hand, or on your
What,
arm.
like loads of little needles that follow a pattern?
Yeah,
the computer, is it?
basically, yeah.
Is it a real tattoo? It's a proper
It's a proper one. The fella said,
Well, as long as it goes out, it pierces the skin with a
I just wondered if it's one of those kind of, you know, those kind of...
No, it must be lots of little needles or a moving needle that can go
Sorry,
along
but
it.
how is this cleaned, like, in between each person?
dunno, probably, I don't know.
Well, no, it's only that if it's one needle, it's just the head, isn't it? If it's one needle that moves, does it like like loads of little...
What are we gaining from a machine doing it?
Just because, you know, they're going to sort of mess it up.
But hold on, how do you keep your arm still? Because your skin moves slightly. It's the machine
It's sort
won't-
of strapped to your arm.
Right,
And
so
the
it's
fella,
spread,
I mean,
so
the fella said that the tricky thing was in all this, it was the fact that, you know, nobody would let him test it out on anyone else, so he had to do it himself.
But did it work? Because the thing is with the tattoo
Yeah, it
artist,
works,
they can see when your skin's moved and they can see what they've done and they keep wiping it and looking, whereas the machine's just got to trust itself. So, I think one needle could go wrong. If it was a lot of needles, that it just came down, like, you know, 1,000 needles that was an imprint.
Yeah.
But,
No, it-
obviously I'm asking someone who's hasn't delved any further than there's a machine that can give you a tattoo. That's all you've got at the moment, isn't it?
Well, yeah, basically.
That's all you've got.
I mean, that's what I've got, because I'm not a fan of tattoos. I don't.
But where did you read this again?
This was
Internet?
This was on the internet. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And I just don't understand why people do it. That's what got me attention. Because me,
Sorry, what have I learned from this?
that if you wanted to get one, you know, you can get one done by a machine now. You know, people say machines are sort of taking over and that, and there's another one. But it's just the fact. I mean, I don't know.
So give us the snappy title of this education again.
Why don't they just get a diary or some paper or something to write it on? That's what I always think when I see people with loads of tattoos. Like there's that fella who we were talking about the other week in Scotland who was covered 99% in tattoos. It's just like, what have you done that for?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can't get rid of it now. You've done it now.
Yeah.
One of my uncles, right, Tattoo Stan, he's just caked in them.
Right.
I don't think he's my proper uncle, but it's just like my dad's
Tattoo Stan.
No, my dad's
That's a province in Russia, isn't it?
My dad's got loads of mates who.
When you say he's not your proper uncle.
Do you know, like, when someone comes around, alright, Uncle Stan?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And my dad had loads of mates like that. There was John the Screw.
Right.
So he either works in a prison, or he likes to have sex.
Cabby. Cab driver.
Okay.
There was Jimmy the Hat. I don't know what he did.
Jimmy the Hat?
Yeah. And,
did he wear a hat?
No.
No.
There was Fred the Veg.
You sure he wasn't a relative?
Sorry.
Fred the Veg used to get us, like, big bags of potatoes and that.
Fred Veg, okay.
And there was Tattoo Stan. Right. And he was just caked in them, and I used to always look at him thinking, why have you done that? I must have only been, like, 6
I suppose if you're born with a name like Tattoo Stan,
exactly,
you're destined, aren't you,
were
really?
they like a 1950s gang?
I'm worried about, I'm worried about
doing a bank job.
What was his name, the Hat? What was his name?
Jimmy the Hat.
I'm worried about Jimmy the Hat.
Yeah.
Not having a hat.
I don't understand it.
Are you sure he didn't have a hat?
Not when I met him.
Did he ever wear a hat?
I didn't see him that much.
Do you think it was a joke, like, when, your mate's sort of like, 8 foot and huge, you call him Little John or Tiny? Do you think?
Well, the fact that he never wore a hat.
they went, hold on, I've noticed something about Jim. Go on. No hat. And I go, oh, true, let's call him Jim the Hat.
Jimmy the Hat, yeah. But my Uncle Stan, he had, like, loads of them. He did them himself.
Oh dear.
And it was always that thing.
What was it things like?
He had, like, the
cross.
Cut here.
Made in Britain.
And if you're going to do them yourself, I'd say at least make sure you're sort of a good drawer.
Yeah.
And don't do it in the mirror so it comes out backwards.
Well, that was the other thing. But, like, I remember he did, names are alright. He had, like, all his kids' names down his arm. And,
what are they called?
Yeah.
Oh, God, it's
Tattoo Stan Jr.
Yeah.
And,
Paul shits the bed.
I'm trying to...
Oh, Wobby Kate.
Yeah.
Well, he had,
Frankie never amounts to anything.
Oh, God.
So he had, like,
Johnny, I don't think he's mine.
So he did all this stuff. I don't even know why I'm telling you about tattoos.
No, nor do I, Carl.
Hey,
to be honest,
I don't know if maybe you just have to picture this. For my picture, my sister had to take a photo once. She was working in, like, a factory, not to denigrate people who work in factories, but there happened to be a particularly oddball, kind of lank-haired, weird guy living, working in this factory, and he did his own tattoos, and she took a photo of it because she was so extraordinary. He'd drawn it himself. Now, bear in mind, it was the kind of thing you saw when you were doing art when you were, like, 15. This is the sort of person who designed their own, like, heavy rock album cover.
Yeah.
He's that sort of person. So, I mean, like,
was it a dragon with breasts?
You're not far off, Rick.
No.
You're not far off. I'll tell you what it was. He had this tattooed on his back. It took up his entire back. She took a photo of it for me. He drew it himself. He had it tattooed himself, and it was just too much detail. Too much detail for a tattoo. It needs to be fairly simple, I think, to make a tattoo. It was... It was a naked female vampire having a shower.
Why was she having a shower?
Having a shower, that's why she was naked.
Yeah.
And so she was presumably,
she'd been out, a lot of blood.
Yeah, well, she was naked, so you could see her naked body.
Yeah.
She's quite a beautiful vampire, relatively speaking.
Yeah.
Although the symmetry of her face was somewhat off.
Yeah.
The only thing I think that gave it away
had a bad spine
was that she did have some pointed teeth. And I think that was how you knew she was a vampire.
Right. Was she looking?
But, she was having a shower was very specific,
weird, isn't it?
But he sort of drew
he said to the eye, I said, listen, I want a naked bird, right? But I don't want it to be gratuitous. He goes, well, you could put her in a shower, because then they went, pop her in the shower.
That at least gives some kind of justification.
That's the plot. I mean, it's justified within the story if she's in a shower. Sure. Okay. Yeah, we'll have that. Carl. Yeah. Okay. Any other nicknames your friends of your family had?
What was your nickname, Carl?
Just, Pilky, really.
Because for a minute I thought Karl the Veg would have made a lot of sense.
Yeah, Karl the Veg. And why has your dad got a little tattoo, Dopey Twat, on his arm?
Right, we'll do the answers to, Rottbusters next, yeah?
Brilliant. Buzzcocks. Still sounds brilliant, that.
It is a cracker.
They're from Manchester as well, Carl, so they got a little bit of pride there, eh?
I think one of them's, one of my mate's dads.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
What's his nickname?
Well, his name was, I don't really want to say his name.
Okay.
Laurie, his first name was.
Yeah. Still is, probably.
Yeah. He was a good
And
lad.
what, you know those little fellas at school that didn't know each other, weren't related and weren't friends because it would be too obvious, that they had webbed, hands and big heads?
Yeah.
What were they, did they have any nicknames?
Again, too obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
Go on.
Well, Big Ed, or, you know.
Sure.
I bet you're good at juggling, or...
Frog twins.
Yeah.
Can I just interrupt you guys, because we've just had an email here. I hate to query you, Carl, and you're educating Ricky section, because I know you put a lot— don't read this, let me just read it for you. Just had an email here from Olivia, and this has also been corroborated by someone else, I forget who it was. She just tuned in, and she just heard you explaining the expression, letting the cat out of the bag.
Sure.
It's all to do with cats that were put in bags by dodgy butchers, possibly the 17th century, we're not too sure. Anyway, she claims, well, let me see, she says, she uses both the words twaddle and crap. In relation to your definition. She says letting the cat out the bag is an old shipping expression from when sailors used to get flogged for their misdemeanours. The cat
letting the
is
cat,
the cat
of
of
course
nine tails, which is a kind of whip thing that they used to keep hanging in a bag below deck. If it was discovered that a sailor had done something wrong, the cat would be let out of the bag and he'd get a whipping. Hence, don't let the cat out of the bag, meaning to cover something up.
She's talking nonsense,
No,
right?
she's not. That's the truth. That's
because the one I read about that was there's not enough room in here to swing a cat, right? And that was people who worked on a boat.
Yeah, but that's the same one.
Well, that's fine. They can have two expressions for the
They're not
same
going to keep going on about people working on a boat to get loads of sailors.
You can't have two phrases about the same thing! They're not
These sailors have
going
got nothing to do with their time.
Think how many—
just coming up and stuff
think
like
how
that.
many metaphors have birds in them, and, you know, it's ridiculous. Why can't you can have as many sounds as you like about anything, Carl.
Yeah,
There's
well,
not a rule.
whatever.
They don't go, we've made one up about the cat of nine tails.
Well, cheers for that, Oliver. Olivia.
Yeah.
Don't see your email coming up with the Rockbusters answers, so let's
you better give us the answers
let's
again.
give them out. The first one was you've been dunking that for too long. That was LB.
Limp Biscuit.
Limp Biscuit.
Yeah, got that one.
The third one, we'll jump to that one because you've got it. Well, I've had a rubbish day, so I'm happy it's all over. That was GK.
That's a great one.
That's
Gladys Knight.
Glad it's night. That is
Night.
brilliant, Carl.
And the one that you're both having a problem with, you won't be able to play that game in this pub. The table ain't big enough. FD.
Go on.
Fats Domino. Yeah?
What?
The dominoes, you play dominoes in a pub. The dominoes fat. Pub tables are quite small. You won't be able to play that game in this pub. Fats Domino.
Rubbish.
So, do you want to pick a winner? Random
Rubbish.
Winner?
Well,
Random winner?
you say it's rubbish, but plenty of people got the right answer.
Rubbish.
Who do you want to go with?
The bunch of slightly rubbish prizes is going to Elliot K from Chigwell in Essex. Well done to Elliot.
I just before we go, can we just get a little email off Anders, because I think he must. Well, I think we've probably turned him round with this show.
I'd have thought so.
I think he's going to be saying, coming to us with his tail between his legs, saying, "Sorry lads, a blinding show. I was wrong. You were right." Yeah.
Alright,
Song for the Lovers is very exciting this week.
We haven't had a song for the lovers or the ladies for quite some time. Let's combine the two.
that's what I mean.
And a bit of John Martin, May You Never. Let's end with
Beautiful
that this week. We'll
track.
see you next time.
Bye. He's got everything. He's like one of our best rock stars. I'm Ricky Gervais.
Hello there.
You're Steve Merchant.
I am indeed.
Karl Pilkington over there. Big day today.
Really?
Yeah, for Karl. He hasn't been looking forward to it. He's been whinging in the week. A couple of things. He thinks he's overworked. He thinks he's overworked here, and he's stressed, and he's got to do DIY. MTV are coming in, right, to give him the chance of his a lifetime to do just a little screen test, and he's going, well, I'm not going to look good, am I? They're not going to know why. He said, well, I've got a round head and I'll be wearing headphones. And he's not made an effort. He thinks, oh, they'll put him off. He said, I won't even press record. He's got a spot on his head. I mean, you know, also...
You're not looking forward to it. You're not excited about it. It's a great opportunity.
why is it a great opportunity?
To get on MTV?
No, but...
It's money for old rope.
Yeah, but look what's happened to people like, Jeremy Speak, or whatever his name is now.
Jeremy Spake, yeah.
Yeah, and,
yeah, slightly different.
Why is it?
Well...
See?
You're making it in the industry, and you've got something to give. He happened to be around when they were filming an airport. Do you see the difference?
Alright, the other one then, who's on a boat.
Same thing, although at least she had a skill. She had a skill, you know, she can sing, you know.
Well, it's just, I think it can all go wrong, do you know what I mean?
Well, of course it can. so considered in your little room moaning about nothing happening in the world. You know, he wanted to stop educating Ricky, because nothing had happened. He said, look what happened last week. I scoured the net. He said, all I found was a dog in a car wash and a parrot and a vicar. Right?
I'll tell you what, there ain't much more going on this week.
We're talking well, listen, me and Steve, yesterday, we took a day off to prove you wrong, and we've come up with two of the most incredible things I told you about, and they're amazing. So there are things out there, but just go for truth. Go for truth and science and discovery. Fact is stranger than fiction. You don't have to revert to sort of like God and ghosts.
I know, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But the funny thing is, you know, like, the last couple of weeks I've been saying there's not much going on.
Yeah.
I found out when I was looking that there was a day in 1930, right? It was a Good Friday, there was no news, there was nothing going on. They had to put a music video on or something on the telly, because there was nothing going on.
Play a record. We're gonna play some classic tracks today. This is, Debaser. Pixies, Debaser. I was looking forward to playing that. I came and said, Carl, I'll play that. I was looking, he put it on. Lauren just called through and said, we played that in the last half hour.
Embarrassing.
Yeah. So, what is the point of having a producer if he doesn't check things out? So, I mean, it's a good track. I mean, I'm sorry if you heard that twice in the last hour.
Listen to everything all the time. I've been running around. I get in early on a Saturday.
You got in about the same time as me.
I went out and bought you some biscuits, so you're happy. I put the coffee on.
Yeah.
I sorted what prizes we're going to give away. I've been running to the library getting you certain tracks.
Yeah.
I can't listen all the time. I'm doing my best.
Well, I'm not sure it's good enough, Tom. I mean, I'm worried when MTV come in, if they've heard this kind of shoddy production, they're going to start to wonder what
you're play the same songs every 5 minutes anyway.
Sorry, are you sort of overworked because you were on Zoe Ball's show talking?
Oh, hello, what's going on here?
Well,
I was he was exclusively on our show.
No, I was in the car.
I seem to remember, Rick, he was a nobody.
Yeah.
That got a chance to come on air and talk about that.
And guess
now
what
he's getting auditions for MTV?
Guess what he was talking about on Zoe's show?
Oh, hello.
All the jellyfish stuff and all that. About
Can't believe it. Recycling material that you've done on this show.
I phoned in, right, and I went, stop doing material as Zoe's boy. He just hung up on me.
Well, I had a job to do.
Who do you think you are? Your ego has just gone through the roof.
Hang on a minute.
What?
I had a job to do in the week. They asked me to drive the desk for Zoe, right?
They didn't say talk.
Zoe, if she talks to you, you can't just ignore her.
Yes, you can.
Well, you
Who
can't.
is she? Who does she think she is? You made a promise to us, a pact, that you were our kind of
monkey.
Yeah.
What can I do? If someone takes time off, I've got to do it. It's my job.
Yeah, but you don't have to talk. You don't have to use.
You're the head of production. We've given you this special gig. This is like taking you out weekends.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, if we find out you're getting too much excitement in the week, we'll have to just calm it down.
Well,
get another little.
Well, that's it now. Anyway, it was only last week.
I feel like kind of solid. I feel betrayed. It's like you were having an affair behind our back. Yeah. And you rumbled.
He was doing all the stuff. He was doing all this like, oh yeah, jellyfish and this, jellyfish.
Yeah, because she was asking, and I thought it was a good way of promoting this show, actually.
Oh, did you mention the show?
Yeah, I did at some point.
Did you? What did you say?
I just said, more about that on Saturday afternoons.
So you talk twice? I only heard you talk once, so you're talking all the time?
Well, about 5 times in the week. In the full week. 5 times.
Theory, right?
And one, it was just stuff.
You could never be a monk, could you? Chatting away all the time. Right, what have we got?
I blame Ball as well, to be honest. I feel Ball's slightly responsible for it.
Yeah.
She can't find her own, you know, gibbon to get on the show. She can't find her own kind of, you know, loser, then don't start stealing ours. Outrageous.
Well, coming up, right,
maybe we'll get Fatboy Slim in.
Indeed.
Next.
Yeah.
Saturday, if you're listening, Slim, come in on the show.
What's his name? Ernie or something?
What's his name?
Norman.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Ernie!
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, Ernie Ball.
Yeah.
He wouldn't change his name. Ernie Cook, that's it,
Right.
That's great.
Anyway, coming up today, we have got Educating Ricky.
Right, okay. Is this the last one? You've promised it might be.
I believe there's a book out that might help me with this feature, so we'll see how it goes. I was thinking of new features in the week. I've got, I wanted to come up with, I wanted to do Celebrity Fact Club.
Celebrity Fact Club, alright.
I've just got to get some celebrities in first, before we can kick that off, so maybe in the new year.
Ball and
maybe
Cook.
Zoe Ball,
Ball and Cook, start off.
Maybe, right, and I've also got,
Cook and Ball stories.
Yeah. That's nice.
Good one.
Cheers. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah. Maybe you could sell that to Zoe's show.
And I'm also thinking Through the Ricky Hole.
Through the Ricky Hole, okay.
What's that?
That's I'm quite...
No, you just got the title again, haven't you? Yeah. Okay, play record.
So, Rockbusters coming up as well, right?
Wu-Tang Clan, Gravel Pit on XFM 104.9.
We're playing some great music today. I wonder if we should maybe, it's getting towards Christmas, let's think about this. Should we dedicate the show to all the people in the world who maybe are less privileged and less fortunate than us?
No.
Okay.
Have you to do the prizes for the
prizes? Okay. Alright, so screw those who are less fortunate, is what TV's Ricky Gervais thinks. Rick, I know you're a big fan of the likes of Bryan Adams, Robert Palmer, Alien Ant Farm, and obviously ZZ Top.
Yeah.
And so you'll be enjoying the best air guitar album in the world ever, Volume 2.
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic.
Well, Volume 1 wasn't enough. There wasn't enough.
Exactly. Again, we've seemed to be able to give one of these away every week. Are you just not sending these out? I mean, these are the same prizes we started this game with, I think, a couple of weeks back. Are you just not sending the prizes out?
Yeah, but I want to give, like, more people a chance, because if 1 week they listen in and think, God, I wouldn't mind winning that.
Sure.
If you've got more copies of it, they'll go, well, I'll listen next week.
Okay.
Yeah?
Brilliant.
Yeah.
So again, this is one of those, the best songs you've heard on an advert ever album.
Mainly mobile phones?
Mainly mobile phone adverts, yeah, although there is the Smash Mouth one, which was used in the Ford Fiesta TV.
Oh, yeah. Walking on the Sun or something.
I forget what it was. The Smashing Pumpkins album that we've given away in the past again, obviously got a bulk order of those that can't shift them. Wild Weather, I don't know who's interested in this. This
is that a double box set VHS of different weather? That's amazing.
Yeah, there's
that is
two
amazing.
cassette tapes there. It's presented by Donald McIntyre. It's a thrilling trip with the most exciting forces of our wild and turbulent world.
So I'm right in saying it's a double VHS
like
video set of different weather?
Yes.
Brilliant.
Yeah, no, it includes the fastest winds, the hottest desert, and the biggest rain machine on the planet. That's something I think you have to...
God. I wonder if I hope they're bringing out another box set, Soil.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just goes through different mud.
And this you may be of interest. I've read good reviews of the DVD of this. It's a 2-disc set. The Wicker Man, the classic 70s film, but it's got a bunch of extras in there.
That's actually
worth having. I would probably throw the rest away.
But the Wicker Man, get it on DVD, and it's quite very interesting.
Yeah, but you'll enjoy that. So
this is Rockbusters, is it?
Yeah, that's for Rockbusters.
Brilliant. Well, I say get the ball rolling now.
What, of Rockbusters?
Yeah, get the ball rolling.
I mean, tease them, Rick. Don't sort of spunk all the good stuff early on. I mean, that's dynamite.
You can say spunk, I can't. Go on.
Well, we've got, actually it's quite good moving it about, because we might have some new listeners there.
Yeah.
And I would have thought so.
Yeah. Not after last week.
No.
Right, okay, so if you haven't heard it before, I'll give you some initials. It's like initials of an artist or of a band.
It's Blockbusters.
And a cryptic clue to who the band is. There's 2 easy ones, 1 difficult one. First one is, That'll Never Get Off the Ground.
Right.
Yeah.
That'll Never Get Off the Ground.
That'll Never Get Off the Ground is the clue.
Not LZ.
The initials are LZ.
You are joking.
2 easy ones.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, and then you've got, that woman's got her husband's gloves and a pair of her own.
Right. Say it again.
That woman has got a pair of her husband's gloves and she's got a pair of her own. That's HH. Right? It's a bit of a difficult one. And then the last one, you'll get a right load of bacon off them. Right?
You'll get what?
A right load of bacon off them. That's L. Yeah, so once again, very quickly,
load of bacon off of them.
You'll get a right load of bacon off them. So first one, That'll Never Get Off the Ground, LZ. That woman has got her husband's gloves and she's got a pair of her own. That's HH.
Brilliant.
And you'll get a right load of bacon off them. That's L.
And it's an email only competition.
Email only. ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk, and we pick a winner before the end. So,
and you can win at Wicker Man.
The weather.
Best of the weather.
The best of the weather. That would be amazing. The best of the weather.
As a compilation, Channel 4.
Exactly. Winds light to variable.
I love 1976
Remember this
weather.
one from August 1979.
Warm, isn't it? Oh, this is warm, isn't it? Oh,
the weather.
I'll tell you what. You remember how we always play, like, great music, usually? I'm up
You've not got another one, have you?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. This is David Bowie, Driving Saturday. David Bowie, Driving Saturday. That's a great track, isn't it? A crash course for the ravers, eh? That's what this show is, isn't it, Carl? Crash course for the ravers. They tune and they go, wow, that's so cool. I wish I was like Karl Pilkington.
You reckon?
Yeah, definitely. You've got to read your mum's clues out, didn't you?
Yeah,
These are just for fun only. This is Karl's mum. She listened one week, and now she sends him a little example of Rockbusters every week.
She's got, what did she send? This group would go well with your Christmas dinner.
Cranberries?
Yeah. They make a few good cupboards.
They make a few good cupboards.
Yeah.
The Carpenters. I was thinking of EMF.
I was thinking B&Q. The B&Qs.
This group thinks of lots of things.
This group thinks of lots of things.
Yeah.
Go on.
Imagination. I think they're the best ones.
Yeah, obviously we want the worst ones then.
Here's one more. She'd really like Blackpool.
She'd really like Blackpool. She'd really like Blackpool.
Fairground attraction. Not bad.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Right, so, there's,
Does she write anything else in the letter, or does she just send them, like, on a scrawled on the back of, you know, I don't know, a till receipt?
She did with the first one, now it's just the Rockbusters.
Right.
Really?
She doesn't bother asking how you are, or...
Well, I speak to her in a week on the phone, so...
What kind of conversations would you have, then, with her?
What do you say?
Stuff?
Do you moan about how overworked you are and stuff to her?
I mean, they're always surprised when I'm getting in late and that. It's like, you know, what have you done today? Well, I've just got in from work and it's like 8:30 at night.
A lot of people get him at 8:30, Carl. Next.
You know, just saying how's the flat going.
Yeah.
Asking my dad some DIY tips the other day. You know, usual sort of stuff. You talk with your mum and dad, really.
Yeah.
Talking about the Bisons with them. I was watching, did you watch The Mammals in the week? David Attenborough?
No.
I was thinking, actually, right, all this MTV stuff, if there's one reason why I'd like to do it, is I was watching Attenborough, the Mammals programme. I reckon I could do something like that.
Right.
And just have like me, instead of Attenborough, like a young sort of fresh person, watching like, certain animals and saying, do we need these? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, God! What's going to be death on Earth?
Well,
that's amazing! Do we need these?
And,
No, 'cause there's loads of
and the
stuff.
audience at home would vote, would there be some kind of telephone
like a
vote?
vote out system.
Oh,
The thing is like, it's something interesting that Attenborough was saying the other night on,
Do we need these?
on Jonathan Ross's show, on his telly show, right? He was saying, he said you could take all the humans off the Earth and it would carry on. But take, like, some animals off it, and mammals and that, you got problems on your hands. I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah.
So it's like, the question is, do we need these? Is that part of the big thing?
Right.
Like jellyfish.
Yeah.
We've talked about jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which mammals in particular were
You talked about that on Zoe Bull show, haven't you?
Hey?
Which mammals were you thinking we don't need when you watched the show the other night? Any in particular that you thought they don't need them? They're not of interest.
Well, I like whales, but I don't know what they do. And they're taking up quite a lot of room.
Sure.
But stuff like... But like, jellyfish, I looked into because...
Yeah,
you know,
well,
I was talking about them, and they were saying they've got no eyes, no heart, there's something like 97% water.
Yeah.
They're blind, and they do about 33 miles a day.
Right.
So it's like, do we need them? Could we clear them out?
Yeah.
Well, a big net.
That would be like the programme. Right, we'll get rid of them. Next week we'll be looking at
Rhinos.
I think it's genius. Honestly, I think it's genius. And like going along sort of like picking up sea anemones and going and just lobbing them into the sea.
Well, what do you think about MTV doing that? And then I just, in between the bits,
Play music with
I
it?
play music related
relate
to
to
fish, so I could play like Fish,
Yeah.
like Rock Guy, or the Animals,
Rock Lobster.
yeah, or what else could
This
I get
could
in
run
there?
and run.
What other songs have got animals in them? The
Well,
Monkeys, could play the Monkeys.
Yeah, there's about 1 million, so let's not start this.
No, but, do you know what I mean?
So do we need this?
So MTV flies you around the world to the most incredible exotic locations. You sort of climb up a tree or whatever next to, I don't know what lives up a tree, some kind of rare parrot. You say, look at
Sloth.
that, it's colourful,
Sloth.
it's interesting.
Oh, you like sloths, don't you?
No, they just live up trees, but I'd say, do we need them?
Why?
Well, what do they do?
What do you mean? What do they do? What do you want from an animal? Carpentry. What do you want?
I don't like scorpions, right?
Right.
But then I found out they look after those monkey things.
They're not monkeys, they're lizards!
Well, alright, yeah, them lizards, they look after the lizards. So there's a reason.
But do you need the lizard? Could be your next question.
Because the local people made shoes out of them.
But not when the scorpion protected them, they didn't.
Right, we don't need them then.
So, and so ultimately, would anyone decide? I mean, do the animals kind of get a chance to mount a case for their survival? I mean, is there maybe someone that comes into their corner and sort of defends them?
I'd have like a David Attenborough type character who says, well, they do this, and I'll go, yeah, but do we need that doing?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what does an animal need to do in order for you to feel that it sort of gets the chance of life? I mean, like a pet, like an animal, like a dog maybe, or a cat, I mean, they give a certain affection to its owner. Is that a valid, reason to survive? Not particularly.
Not really.
No, okay.
I've been saying that though, blind people use dogs, so they are useful.
So dogs are useful.
Farmers use
they often
dogs.
save people, don't they, in snowy weather?
Cats. I'd have to think about it.
Okay.
Keep the mice down.
Yeah, but you got rent a kill.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is something that will affect the world.
Right. I think you'll find everything does.
Except Karl. I'm not sure what effect he's having on the world.
I tell you what though, Steve, right? Did you watch the mammals?
I didn't see the mammals.
They had bison on it.
Right.
The weirdest looking things you've ever seen.
Yeah.
They've really
Again, you're on dangerous ground here, Karl.
but they've really got it's like, decide what you want to look like. It's just a mismatch of stuff. It's got a really big airy head.
Yeah.
Unlike you.
Sort of bald at the back.
Right.
Sort of
It's like someone you went to school with.
Was there two of them? Oh, brilliant. Brilliant. I love the backing as well. It's just so good. The lyrics, the things that go, they're my favourite band of the year. Next week then, we'll do all our favourite songs of the year, shall we?
No, I think it's got to be 2 weeks' time.
Oh, 2 weeks, is it?
Yeah, I'm away next week as well.
What do you mean you're away next week? What are you doing? Zoe Ball show?
I'm going up north again.
Why?
So Claire's going to be here with you.
Okay. Yeah, at least
What are you doing up north?
she does her job.
Just Suzanne's dad's birthday. So.
I bet he's a party animal. I've heard that they really kick off, don't they? Is it? Yeah.
So
You gonna be raving?
can't concentrate now.
Oh, well, he's all stressed because the lady from MTV's here. She's going to film his little face.
So
the things he said in the week, he was so worried. He's got worried about the spot on his head. That won't come out. Just that, you got your best side.
It's on that side. That's alright.
Yeah, the camera's out. Look, he's getting nervous now. Okay, Karl, ignore the camera. Okay, just ignore the camera. Okay. Now, me and Steve have done our research for you, and we've got two amazing things to tell you. What should I tell them first, about the baby or the...
Well, they're both equally fascinating, so you choose.
I'll tell you the crab thing first, right? Steve actually saw this thing in the Guardian the week, about our research thing, and then we looked it up, we looked into it on Friday, and it is incredible. Right, listen to this. There's a thing in a bay in, New England, right, where it's like the biggest, they make silicon chips and stuff for computers, right? And because of the data protection thing, after they've done them, because they have to destroy the plates, right, well, the information's sort of put onto them, but there's still flakes of silicon. They sort of grind it down straight away, and some of the flakes got into the bay, okay, but some of the information's still on even the slight granules of silicon. Anyway, gets in the water, and silicon is rather like a carbon derivative. I reckon if there had been life on another planet that wasn't carbon-based, it'd be silicon-based, because that's simple sugars and it's just COH and that, and it can work with silicon, right? Anyway, the crabs have been taken up, it's on the water, and they looked out on the beach, and over years the crabs have started sort of putting themselves in formations, like geometric format, and they couldn't work out why they were doing this. And when they put them in the experiment, they sort of like chopped them up, and they found they'd taken on silicon, and it had sort of got into their brain, and they were downloading information. They picked up little things, because it's just chemical, you know, like electrical impulses had got information off the silicon chip, and they were interfacing it. But this is the amazing thing. One bloke sort of thought of this, and he thought, well, if it's a simple computer, the brain, if it's just a simple sort of electrical thing, then maybe there's sort of, you know, we could get it down. So what they did is they made a thing called a biointerface. And they put it into the crab's brain, just a really simple brain, so it's measured on Vanguard, right? And it got impulses from it, and they were getting like, computer readers, just flashes of, like, symbols and geometric things on this screen to read the crowd's brain, and it was stuff like, you know, fragments of a,
what made them do this in the first place?
because they saw the crowds behaving differently. They were behaving differently to each other. They were just like, they were, you know, intelligent, and they were sort of solving problems and all this sort of stuff. Anyway, when they downloaded the thing, it was like there was they found one of the secretary's names where it had been on the silicon chip, where it was just like a flash of a computer screen. But the most amazing thing is, they downloaded a memory, right? It was like a snapshot where it had been burnt onto the retina of the crab, just a snapshot or something, and it was like a picture of the beach, like a couple of years ago, right? And they also did, incredible, it was like just a digital black and white sort of thing, so they could see what the crab had seen.
Amazing.
Jeez.
Amazing.
So
intelligent crabs.
what are they doing with them now then?
Super brain.
Well, they think, this is the upshot, they think they could use it as spy crabs, because they could get these crabs. Also, the other thing is, as generations went on, right, so they'd put a crab in the sea or something, right, lots of crabs in, and then as generations went on, a newborn crab, they downloaded the memory, and it had the memories of its great all together. It had every memory that any crab had been related to it beforehand, because it passed it on. It just passed it on.
So not even ones that had been eating the silicon stuff.
Yeah, no,
These are just like ones that have had kids.
Yeah,
and they've got like,
and they know so you'd know everything. Your everything right the way back.
So would that work if we ate silicon?
Well, I suppose so.
So what are they gonna?
Well, they can use them for all sorts of things, though. I mean, that's what's incredible. I mean, I don't know how you would train it particularly. I don't know quite sure how you train, but I'm assuming if they can do it that way, then presumably they can give it like certain silicon information, which they can then plant in it, if you like, within its sort of food.
Also, if you get them onto enemy beaches, you'd have like 1,000 digital cameras just
sneaking around. If you get like, you know, Osama bin Laden or someone,
they don't understand the information they've got.
No, they don't know they're doing it. They just download them.
So it's not like you could torture them and they wouldn't be able to sort of give you the information, because they wouldn't know what information they had, because they're just. But
the first crab they downloaded, they just kept seeing the same picture of a big crab feeding it, which they
really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's what, like its mother crab or something?
Yeah. Just memories of it as a child.
But they're not in colour, presumably, because
no, it's all in black and white. It's just a digital camera, because it's just they don't see in black and white, so it's just like I don't know, I think it's burnt onto the retina or something. And, the only one that they kept were the ones they saw a lot of the time.
Wow. I mean, in a way, some of the educating Ricky I've got for you today is on the similar lines.
Right.
Oh, you've got to be impressed by that. You've got to be impressed by that.
That's pretty good. I mean, I'm interested to see, you know, what they do.
What they do with what the crab developments are.
But yeah, no, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I mean, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, just digest that information, because that's not even the most impressive one we found.
I think it is.
I suppose it's pretty impressive, but the next one's maybe more shocking.
Okay, right.
But let's play a tune, and Ricky's got another extraordinary love song, classic, on XFM.
So that's the crabs that you can download their memories.
But what about other animals that are in the sea, in that same sea, eating the stuff? Have they tested them yet?
I don't know. I think they just took it on because their biology, something to do with, I presume they could take up minerals, and, you know, I don't know why. I don't know. But anyway, next one, it's just on the horizons, a bodybuilder, yeah?
This is freaky.
Married another bodybuilder, right, and they're pregnant. And they had these tests, and the baby was very large, but it was causing it pain, right, in the thing, right? And
it's almost bizarre, and like.
Yeah, after the female woke up pregnant after 7 months, and the baby
It's walking around.
No, it forced its way out of the vagina.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it forced its way out.
And it was because it almost had like super strength, like.
And it was pulling her along by the umbilical cord, and that, and it was a stone.
Extraordinary. That's freaky. I mean, you're talking about freaky stuff.
That's made up.
What?
It wasn't pulling her along.
Well, no, it was pretty. She could feel it.
Exactly. And it was, do you know what I mean? Like, just went, and just sort of squeezed its way
got out, because it was ready. Because all the hormones.
Because it thought it was ready.
Oh, God.
Imagine that. Just waking up and finding that in the bottom of the bed. freak you out, wouldn't it? Because you think it was a nightmare initially.
And it had hair and everything, didn't it?
Yeah, because all the hormones, there was like a hair, almost like a beard.
There was something in the week about, you know, you've got test tube babies and that now, haven't you? But they've managed to do it. I only caught half
I knew he'd be more impressed by the crabs than that. He doesn't care if it's human.
No, I am. I'm telling you though, that, there was something, I only caught half the story because I was busy, but, there's something about babies being able to be born without having any people involved. Or something, it's like putting them in an oven or something, and it's like a cake, and after a certain amount of time it's ready.
I think you can buy those in Argos for kids at Christmas.
It's my first baby kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Play-Doh, I think, that they can buy.
Yeah. So what do you think of that then?
The baby one?
Yeah.
I prefer the crab one.
Yeah.
But the baby thing's pretty horrible.
Yeah.
So it was bigger than like the average.
Both we made those up.
Yeah, both rubbish.
They're both
they are
bullshit.
both rubbish. Despite the fact they're both rubbish.
Yeah.
They're interesting.
We made those up. Both those stupid stories up.
Yeah.
Imagine downloading a crab's memories and seeing its mum feeding it as a child.
Both apps are rubbish.
I had trouble.
Yeah.
I know I was gonna have trouble with, pushed its way out of the vagina.
Yeah.
I practiced that about 30 times yesterday with Stephen. I was going, I'm not gonna be able to do it, mate.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to say that.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed?
A little bit. I mean, the baby one's a bit sort of out there.
Yeah.
I wasn't really having that one.
No.
But the crab one,
See, now, what's interesting, I think, is a useful experiment, Carl. I don't know what it's taught you about yourself. But would you say that that's revealed to you a certain thing? I don't know, maybe that you're a bit gullible. I mean, you know, what I'm saying is maybe you shouldn't accept or swallow your hook, line and sinker everything you read on the web. Do you not think maybe a valuable lesson?
I feel bad because I said to Steve, he won't be annoyed that we conned him, he'd be annoyed that they're actually not true. You'd love that crab thing to be true, wouldn't you?
it wouldn't surprise me if it did happen one day.
Sure. Yeah.
So, and then he's laughing.
And it's, in the break, when I said about the crabs, you went, well, I'm keeping them then.
Yeah.
It's cute, yeah.
Right, well, I know what you're getting at. with the educating Ricky, but, you know.
Let's see.
You've got, 3 titles.
Yeah.
That I tease you with, different stories. You take your pick and I teach you something. That did happen.
That's a little bit of venom. Yeah, go on.
First one is, don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher.
I bet that's bacon related, knowing you.
You've got enough is anus.
Say that again.
Enough is an anus.
Enough is enough.
Well.
But it's changed to enough is an anus.
Yeah. And
Okay.
you've got,
Yeah.
you've also got, will it be a bloke? Oh no. Will it like a bloke or a woman?
What?
Will it like a bloke or a woman?
Will it?
Yeah.
Will it like a bloke or a woman?
Wow.
Yeah, so they're your 3 stories
Okay.
today.
Sounds exciting.
Okay, well I'll have will it
Well, we're
like...
going to play a record now, Rick, surely.
Yeah,
And,
okay.
and come back with...
Sorry about the crabs and the big baby.
Alright.
He went I said, just look at the camera. He went, right, do you want to know about MTV? She went, well, it might be VH1. He went, right. He did Rockbusters, then said after the break, some Genesis.
I'd
dear.
watch it.
You didn't tell me she wanted all this. I thought you said, because I said you just bring your own camera in and we'll put it down on some tape and pass that on to her.
Yeah.
So now, I'm doing 2 jobs at once again. This is what I'm saying to you in the week. I'm juggling jobs all the time. I tell you.
Right, come on then.
How much do I get?
He looked straight at the camera and said that.
Right. So, 3 stories. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. Enough is anus. And
we'll have that one then.
that one.
Yeah.
Right, well, do you believe in palm reading and stuff?
No.
Yes.
Sorry, yes.
Yep.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. Sorry, I forgot. Yes, of course we do.
Right, well, there's a fella who, he used to do palm reading.
No, yeah.
But a lot of people, he found that when he went up to him in the street and said, do you want your palm reading? He was like, a lot of them were like, you know, oh, I'm a bit ashamed of my nails and stuff because they're a labourer or they're a cleaner or something like that.
I know a lot of labourers are slightly embarrassed by their nails.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
so he found
Look
that,
at my bloody hands, Reg.
well,
That's that hod carrying.
did I ever tell you that? Did I ever tell you that I got picked at school to make tea and serve biscuits to old people because I've got good nails?
No, go on. Is there any more to the story?
Oh, that's about it. I mean, we used to do, like, I think the head teacher must have been getting something, maybe getting his mam in there for free or something in Soul People's Home. So he offered the kids of the school, he said, right, all sit at your desk and put your hands on the table. And everyone did. And he walked past mine and he said, not bad. Yeah. And he said, you've got the afternoon off, you can go and serve biscuits and tea to the old people.
What did you say?
I said, alright then.
Was
good.
Yeah.
It was a good afternoon. But anyway, so these...
what did he do?
He just sort of walked around and went, you alright, do you want bourbons or digest?
I bet you get on with old people, wouldn't you? I'd love to see you, maybe...
Especially the senile ones.
Yeah, no, but I'd love to see you on VH1, just in a link, and just go, you know, they've just played, Robert Palmer, right? And it comes to you in a little park, and you just sit next to an old lady and go, alright? And you go, yeah, not too bad. You go, what do you think of London? Crap, innit? And she goes, yeah, it's awful, innit? And you just have a talk, and you go, alright, well, she doesn't like it. In excess. Yeah. That's what I'd like to see.
I still think my idea is better, but... So what are you going for then? Oh, you've picked one, haven't you? Yeah, so this fella...
So there's palmists going around the streets.
Yeah, he's going round and
randomly trying to give palm readings.
They're losing money, hand over fist.
Yeah.
Alright, so, they said, he's what he's done, he's reading people's, bottoms now.
Sorry, whoa, you just, I didn't quite follow that. He was a palm reader, that wasn't making money, so now he's going up to people in the street and saying, can I see your arse?
Basically, yeah.
So from being a palmist to an arsonist?
Well, they just, that's what he does. He said the same sort of lines and that you get on your hand, you get them on your bottom, and, he can read them.
Right.
Yeah, he's not a pervert or anything, or making up as he goes along.
No, that's it, that was that.
So, sorry, if a man came up to you in the street and said, can I have a look at your arse?
Can I read your arse?
You'd drop your trousers, would you?
No, if he went up to him and they said, oh, I'd rather you didn't because I'm a labourer, I've got bad fingernails.
No, that's why that's what a lot of labourers, they're showing their cleavage, you think, but actually they're having their arse read.
Absolutely.
That's that's what it is.
And then, right...
So is that the end of the story?
Yeah. But then because...
That's it. Educating Ricky is there's a bloke who reads arses.
No, but
you're a mentalist.
But
what are you talking about?
But then, do you know, like, now and again I come up with a little jokey line. Thought I'd make an effort today for VH1 or MTV.
Yeah.
Little line there. Don't worry, it won't last. It might just be a splash in the pan.
Okay.
Phil Collins next.
Yes, at home aren't enjoying it as much as we are, but Karl is continuing his, what do they call this? A screen test. Yeah, that was let down by Radiohead. Karl, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
I just think it's not right, really, is it? I'm trying to do a job whilst trying to get another job.
Yeah, but a lot of your presenters are on MTV now.
Yeah, but
all of them have got Zayn in their name, but you know.
Yeah, it's not really right, is it?
Go on.
But, right, so,
you better get that out of you. Karl Zane Pilkington.
Educating Ricky, will we carry on?
Yeah.
Right, you've got left. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. And, will it like fellas or will it like women?
Well, you said wool before.
Yeah, will it.
Go on then, I've wool it.
Right, now this is similar to the one you were talking about before, right? They found out that,
yeah.
Scientists.
Oh, yeah.
I've found out...
17th century?
That, like now, 1 in 10 rams are gay.
1 in 10 rams are gay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was like, wool it. That's how I could get that in. They got a load of gay and straight rams.
Right.
They worked out which were which first. They said, right, that bunch there is a gay bunch.
They looked better, they just had more pride in their appearance.
And the other ones, you know, the straight ones, and then they gave them to this scientist and said, right, go on, do what you got to do. And they took the brains out of all of them.
Just to check.
And they did tests on the brain, and it worked out that they've got something smaller in the brain. The gay ones have got something in the brain that makes it smaller. And they said, right, well, that's probably how it's going to work on males. On like males and females and like humans.
So you took from this that gays have smaller brains than straight people?
No, there's something in the brain.
Right,
so if someone's saying, you know, oh, I'm a gay, or they're not sure or whatever, they will now be able to find out.
So you can go to the doctor and to find out if you're straight or gay.
Is there any gay in my brain? Let's have a look. You've got a little bit of a gay in you, yes, a little bit of gay in there. Yes, you've got the, you've got a little bent cell there.
Well, that's why they did it, anyway.
I don't understand how they could differentiate which was straight and which were gay to begin with, before they then gave it to the scientist. Wasn't that what the scientists figured out? How could they tell?
There's one theory that it's genetically determined. There is one. There is a theory that's genetically determined, but I don't think it's as easy as pulling a sheep's brain apart and finding a little pink sort of like blob in there and going, right, we've taken the guy out and now he's going to go and shag some ewes. I don't think it's that straightforward, although homosexuality does occur at a similar sort of rate in animals, I think. Yeah. So you knew that, didn't you?
So that's that one. I mean,
I just like the idea of a farmer figuring out which is straight and gay. Well, that one's wearing quite a camp-looking neckerchief. So I'm thinking maybe he's gay.
Is that, yeah. I love the fact they can,
that was a big fan of Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
Yeah. They put on ABBA and see which ones dance. Exactly. That's how they...
Which one, put on like Barbara Streisand and see which ones sing along.
Actually, it is rubbish. What did I find out?
Did you just say that is rubbish?
No, I found out other stuff in the week that didn't make the top 3.
Wow. We haven't even had
this must be mediocre stuff. This must be really bad.
Yeah, or it might be dubious. Go on.
There's a woman in Ireland who has been with a fella for 11 years.
Yeah.
She always saying to him, you know, when are we going to get married and that? And he's like, oh, we don't need to. You know, we're happy and that. You know, like I am with Suzanne, it's like, there's no point, really. Unless you have a kid, I don't think you need to, do you?
Right.
So, he was like, we'll do it in time and all that. Anyway, he comes home from work one day. He says, oh, go on then, we'll get married. She was so shocked, her hair fell out.
Did you get that? Wow.
So...
That's extraordinary.
What did he say? Oh, I'm not marrying you, Baldy.
Yeah. Well,
she was so shocked her hair fell out.
Yeah.
I love the idea of it just going to the ground.
Fell out,
Yeah, what else?
Right, that's rubbish. That's rubbish. Next.
You've also got,
it's weird, isn't it, Rick, that the stories that we made up are more plausible than the facts that actually giving
I think we tried too hard. I think we tried to...
That's what he's willing to believe. He's willing to believe that a woman's hair fell out when her husband came out saying, let's get married then. Oh, you old romantic.
Well, yeah, then, here's a good one.
Go on then.
Right, in Dubai, this woman went to Dubai for a holiday. And, she was over there, and apparently in the markets...
Bit by spider?
They sell lizards.
Oh, go on.
Right, just like for people to buy. So she buys one, not knowing that you're not really meant to take him out of the country.
Sure.
Puts it in a bag.
Yeah. As you do.
What have you? And then she gets to the airport when she's going home, she's thinking, I can't really leave it in my bag. So she puts it on her head.
On her head?
Wears it as a hat.
She wore the lizard as a hat?
Yeah. People on the plane were just like, yeah, everything's fine, you know, they're doing the cross-checks and that.
Yeah.
Have you got your seatbelt on? Yeah.
There's a woman there with a lizard hat.
Everything's going well. She gets off the plane at Manchester Airport. Lizard sticks its tongue out.
Yeah.
The air hostess says, what are you doing with that? She goes, I've had it.
Lizard said, I just found her in Dubai.
They said, I've had this with me all journey, and they said, well, you shouldn't have done, and they took it off her.
Yeah, I think that is true, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So what about that?
Yeah, good, yeah. That educated me. Right, what, any more?
Well, what's that taught you? That's taught you, you know, be careful when smuggling lizards back as some kind of hat.
Yeah, just say, lizard, keep your tongue in, you twat. Not at the customs officer! Yeah.
And, what else have we got?
Anyone didn't quite make it?
Anything to declare? I've got a lizard on my head.
We've got an old saying one, if you want that.
Go on then.
Are these ones that didn't make the list?
These are ones that didn't make it.
Oh, right, okay.
Because I always get more in than I need to, just in case.
Just think if someone's just tuned in now. Is Anders listening?
Well, I'll tell you,
Dickie Anderson.
I've got an email from Richard Anderson, Dickie Anderson.
Go on.
The Dick Machine, which... the big dick, which, now this is interesting. I think we're wearing him down. Ricky, I think your show might be improving.
Go on.
That sense of despair and loneliness I normally feel when listening to your show doesn't seem so bad today.
He's desensitised to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Always given up.
Him down.
Always just given up. Yeah. I mean, you listen to this long enough and your standards will drop.
Let's play a tune. Let's come back with some more.
A ride track from about 10 or 15 years ago. So if you know, put me out my misery, email in. It's just like a ride track from about 1990, and I can't, it's just the beginning. Drive me mental.
Ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Yeah, well, half hour to go. You've done your screen test. Reluctantly. I think you had such the wrong attitude.
Well, it doesn't matter, does it? If I've told you before, if things are meant to be, right, they'll happen. That's how I've got through my life, right? I'm 29 now.
Yeah.
Never
30, ain't you?
Well, yeah, 30, but the camera's still on. Right, so... and everything I've done in my life, I've never sort of planned it. Do you know
Is that how you stormed through your exams?
Well,
your GCSEs?
look at the school play doing Little Donkey. I wasn't planning that day to do the drums. It just, on the night, I couldn't help myself.
And you stole the show.
What happened? What do you mean?
When you know, when all the kids were playing Little Donkey, I wasn't meant to be doing my drum set in that track. I was only meant to, I think I was doing We Three Kings or something. But when they started doing it, the tune, I couldn't help myself with the drumstick, just like tapping away.
Right.
At the drum.
Yeah.
And then when it came on, I was like, oh, and I started doing it, and like the teacher looked over at me, and I was like, oh, I shouldn't be doing this, but she sort of gave me the nod as if to say, it's alright, carry on, it's sounding good. Then after it, she went, you know, they love that, you can do that again tomorrow night.
Yeah.
So I got like an extra part in the play and that.
Yeah.
That wasn't
So
planned.
you were doing the drum part to We Three Kings over Little Donkey.
Yeah.
That's weird. That is like Fatboy Slim or something, isn't it? When they mix up.
No.
Or Moby.
Still mashing it up at the age of what, 8?
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying.
And is that when someone was filming it and you could hear your dad on the camcorder going, he looks like a twat?
That's the one, yeah.
Oh.
And that's why I don't want to be on the telly, because I'll always have my dad's sort of echoing voice just saying, he shouldn't be on there, he looks like a, that's it. So that's why I'm a bit sort of nervous about this today.
Really? You think it's sort of quite Freudian in a way, sort of?
Yeah.
Your attitude is que sera, sera.
Well, plus I haven't got the look. I'm not pretending, right, that I should be on the telly.
What's wrong with your look for VH1?
It's not right. It's not right.
Jono was on VH1.
Was he?
Yes.
So I'm going up against Jono.
No.
So
He's gone now, he's moved on.
yeah, there you go, you see, another one who they gave a chance to, and then he was like, you know, yeah, I can do that. It's built up, right? They built him up, you can do that as a job, and then they knocked him down. And he probably started eating.
Well, I don't think you can knock Jono down.
He started eating!
Look at him now.
Yeah.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. So if it's meant to be, right, whoever's gonna watch this tape, you know, thanks for the offer and that, but, you know, time will tell.
Very wise.
So, there you go. And I tell you what, actually,
Go on.
right, it's a bit funny, because we're looking on the web in a week at different sayings, and, do you know the saying?
A round head does not an MTV presenter make.
Yeah, no, what's that saying? Spark in the pan or something?
Eh? Flash in the pan?
Flash in the pan?
Yeah.
You know that saying?
Yeah.
That's a bit like what could happen to me, innit? Do you know what I mean? There I am trying to do my normal job, right? And then you bring me in here on a Saturday, next thing everyone's after me.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work out, and I'm dropped.
Yeah.
And that saying flash in a pan, do you know how it came about?
No.
Do you know like how years ago they used to dig for gold?
Gold.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And they had like a little pan,
Yeah.
and they'd put the soil in, and they'd rub the soil.
Yeah, and it's shone in the sun.
Now and again it shone in the sun, and they get all excited and were like, oh brilliant, some gold. And then they realised it was just the sun flashing in the pan.
Yeah.
And that's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, that's a bit weird how I saw that saying in the week. Almost like a little thing saying, don't be getting carried away.
Omen.
So, well, makes you wonder. But anyway.
Not really.
So, tell you things that make you wonder. You saw Darren Brown, what did he do?
Darren Brown, he's extraordinary.
Yeah, I told him, but I said,
You should peep. A lot of people don't realise who Darren Brown is, and he's, I think, the best illusionist in the country.
we went to, Jonathan Ross's house, for his birthday.
I didn't.
No, me and Jane, and we went there, right, and there was lots of people there, and, Darren Brown was there, and Jonathan got Darren Brown to do so, and it was incredible, he did all these tricks, right, I mean, incredible, it was just amazing, and he did one, with a bloke who was there, a friend of Jonathan's, I think his name was, Ray, and, he got him to give the pack, he said count the cards, and he counted out 52 cards, yeah? He went, think of any card in that pack. He didn't touch it yet, he's counted 52, they were in his hand, he said, think of any card. He said, what was it? He said, 3 of spades or something. He went, find it in the pack, couldn't find it, he said, count the cards, there was 51. Right, and he couldn't find the card, and he had no idea, and we forgot about it, he went, oh, it's gone wrong, and he forgot about it, and he kept, so he was going, I wonder where that card is, and he kept looking at it, I found out that about a week ago, Ray went into hospital with appendicitis. Yeah? And the surgeon, so there was stomach crumpled up, there was a little thing, and it was the card that was in his thing causing appendicitis, and when he came out of surgery, there was a card from Darren Brown saying, was that your card?
That's amazing, don't you think? I mean, that's like incredible.
Thing and then a crab went, I know what it is. It's a 5 of spades. It's another wind-up. Yeah, well, see, I'm not going to believe anything anymore.
But that's
so if I ever...
You've learned a lesson!
Yeah, but say if all this goes wrong now, right? Cry wolf and all that.
Yeah.
Imagine I get dropped by MTV.
You haven't been asked yet?
Yeah, well, whatever. Right, they're short on firemen because they're always going on strike. I answer the phone, it's you saying my house is on fire.
I don't know what you're talking about now, Carl. I don't know what he's talking about.
Hang on, I think somewhere along the line there, Carl has been recruited by the fire brigade.
Did you leave that bit out in the story? Start again.
Yeah,
right,
that's what I'm saying.
Because I just wound you up about crabs, babies pushing their way out of vaginas, and Darren Brown causing offence. Right, yeah.
Little, what's the saying about,
little acorns don't gather any grounds.
Crying wolf.
You can take a fish to water and you can't make it swim.
Well, do you know that saying, you can lead a horse to water but you can't make it drink? Do you know why?
Because its neck's too long.
No, what?
It's got an awkward neck. I don't know.
That's correct. That is correct.
Right, anyway, we've still got to come.
Right,
it's been bad today. I'm going to apologise to people listening today, because
your mind's not
been
focused.
Do you know, have you heard the thing that Rolling Stone gathers no moss? You aware of that?
Yeah.
Do you know where that's from?
Where it's from?
In Woodstock, right, the band used to go out and get this sort of like moss that used to grow there, and it was sort of like slightly hallucinogenic, right? And they used to come back and they used to all go out, everyone was out there, mamas and papas were doing it, the Doors, they all came back. But Mick Jagger and Keith Richards would never do it. But they'd smoke other people's.
Yeah.
A Rolling Stone never gathers his own moss. That was what it was. Seriously, Carl!
Right,
that's
so
the
we've
truth.
still got to come. Rockbusters.
Have you heard the saying, a fish in time saves 9?
The clues were...
Have you heard that?
That'll never get off the ground. LZ. You've got...
Have you heard that saying, out of the frying pan into the saucepan?
You've also got...
Carl.
I'm trying to hold it together now.
Well, yeah, no, we're trying to teach you something, Carl.
Yeah, but you're not.
Why?
Because at least my stuff that I tell you, if you go into a pub and told someone...
What? There was a blind girl, she hit her head, she could see. What's that?
Well, just don't get down if your eyes are bad. Right,
no, go round headbutting things.
It's one of the tracks on the best air guitar album in the world ever, Volume 2, which is one of the prizes on today's Rockbusters.
And John Peel's favourite track ever.
John Peel's favourite song of all time. And, so, Carl, have you got the answers for Rockbusters this week?
Yeah, we have, yeah. We've got, the first clue.
You're upset, Carl.
So miserable.
I'm a bit fed up today. The weather's... I knew when I was walking in today, though, that I'd be...
But that video, there's lots of weather on that video, so they can, whoever wins this can go home and see sort of the weather you were talking about.
The first one was, that'll never get off the ground. LZ.
Yeah.
The answer there was Led Zeppelin.
So easy.
Yeah, but I said that to you. There's always 2 easy ones and a difficult one.
Go on.
The third one was, you'll get a load of bacon off them.
Go on.
That was L. Long Pigs.
Right.
Yeah. And then the second one was, that woman's got her husband's gloves and a pair of her own.
Yeah.
HH.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was Erman's Hermits. So that's the three answers. I'm sure
I'd like to give the prize this week.
Herman's Hermits.
What?
There's a lot of
Herman's Hermits. That is genius, Carl. That is genius. Oh, Herman's Hermits.
There's so many people who are worthy of the prizes, obviously. I'd quite like to give the prize this week to Tom McGibbon. Just because I like his name. I don't know if I pronounced that right, but Tom McGibbon.
Yeah.
I'd like to give that to him.
No, you shouldn't laugh at someone's name.
He also lives in Bloxhall Road. I don't know why I find that. Tom McGibbon of Bloxhall Road. I don't know why.
Well, you've made a mockery of, you made a monkey out of the man.
For old Gibbo.
Yeah.
And he's asking that he's got a question there.
What?
Can Carl get rid of slugs? I don't know what that means. I'm almost certain he can. Just so well done to,
if he'd been listening, if he was listening a few months ago, he would have known how to.
Go on.
Because I told you what slugs like.
What?
Getting in letterboxes.
How does that get rid of them?
Put some stamps in your garden. They like, they like stamp glue.
Yeah,
that's
and
sorted out.
how does that get rid of them? They keep coming back, won't they? Then he goes, I can't believe it, we'd have to climb those boxes now. There's a fella leaving stamps out for us.
You've won some prizes and I've sorted your problem
No,
out.
how does that get rid of slugs? Leaving stamps out for them, their favourite food.
Because
It's like plant a load of lettuces, they love that.
well, it depends where he's got them. I thought he meant he's got them in his house. So,
to put stamps on the outside, they go, there's loads of stamps out here, lads, let's leave this house.
right, so
Let's get out of this house.
we've got one more.
Go on.
Educating Ricky to
Go on and quick then, I need educating.
Right, don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher.
How was he going to outwit Darren Brown? You said something in the break.
Oh, I have to say, yeah, Darren Brown, who we bumped into as well, and he did this incredible trick where he puts £40 down on the table. He says, I can tell you which hand you've got a £1 coin in, let's say 5 times out of 5, you know, so I have a £1 coin in one hand, I put it behind my back, I bring my hands out, and he can tell me every single time which hand it's in by asking questions, by doing various
Well, he doesn't ask it, he just goes, no, you might have it in that one, you might do the same again, but then you're an intelligent person, you're praying that way, he goes, so it's in that one, and he does it every time, it's incredible.
It's absolutely majestic. And I mentioned this to Karl.
Yeah.
And, well, Karl, you tell me how you think you could outwit Darren Brown. Because your dad used to do this trick, you told me.
My dad used to play this.
Yeah. How old were you?
Dunno, probably about 10.
So you probably weren't as sharp as you were now then.
So he used to play it, and the way of telling what hand he's got it in, his hand looks bigger. So that's what you've got to do.
That's how he did it then!
Yeah.
That's
So
how
to catch Darren out, to catch
It was a bit
Darren out.
different because he did it with golf balls, but
But to catch Darren out, Karl told me, Rick,
He did it with a spud!
to catch Darren out, the hand which hasn't got the coin in, just make it slightly bigger. just like extend it slightly so it's slightly larger, and that'll catch Darren out. He'll never be able to stop
That's
that.
how he did it.
or just put £1 in each hand
Okay.
and wind him up. Just go, no, you're wrong.
You are brilliant, Karl.
Yeah.
Do this one.
Did your dad used to do the one where he takes your nose off of your face and puts it between his fingers?
Did you keep going to the doctors?
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Right,
You know how that's done? You know he's not actually taking your nose
It's
off.
his thumb. Go
It
on.
is his thumb.
last
on.
one.
Yeah.
Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher. It's been a mess today, hasn't it?
What do you mean it's been a mess?
It's been a mess.
What has?
This.
What? The show?
Yeah.
How has it been any worse?
It's just all over the place. There's no sort of, it's not tight like it normally is. And she'll be going away with this, thinking that's what the show would be like.
She listens to the show, she knows it's a shambles every week. Go on.
Yeah. Don't rub it too hard, you'll get a rasher.
Yeah.
Do you know the saying, ham it up?
Yeah, go on, yeah.
Right, well, do you know what it means?
Well, it means to overact.
Right. Well, years ago, with actors in musicals and stuff, the actors used to look pretty ill on the stage because they didn't have proper makeup and that.
Right.
Right. So what they used to do to make themselves look
Rub their face in pigs?
well, they got bacon, rubbed it on the face, and it made the face a bit sticky because of all the the pig fat and bit of lard and stuff like that. And then they'd go and get some bricks. Yeah, house bricks. Rub them together, make some sort of red dust from the brick, and then put the dust on the face. And the fat and the lard and that would make the dust stick to the face. And they'd look well under the lights. And that's where
They smell great as well.
Yeah, well,
Lovely, everyone likes the smell of bacon.
no, but so that's the old ham it up. That's where
like
that
that.
comes from.
If it's true, I've no reason to think that it's not.
So that's your third educating Ricky today. So what have you learned?
Nothing. Absolutely sod all.
You've got your hamming it up.
Yeah.
Rams are gay. They know which ones are gay now.
Now!
And
At last, thank God.
the fella who can hand read an arse.
If you missed the rest of the show, what are you going to make of that? Have you just tuned in?
You are a maniac, Karl.
So-
And you've had your screen test. I reckon we'll be seeing you on MTV or VH1 in the near future.
How much is it? How much? I mean, she can't answer. What do you reckon I'll get? Because you see, the annoying thing is, I've just bought a flat in London,
Yeah.
in central London.
Yeah.
MTV's in Camden.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have bought in central London if I'd have known I'd had to go there. That was to make my life easier so I could walk to work. So now I've got to go out of my way. So I need to cover that.
To be truthful, I'm not sure that the MTV gig is a certainty yet.
She's pretending she's not sure, but she can't wait to sign me up.
Yeah.
I reckon you maybe start off with a few little interstitials, just like, what do you think make of that, or Karl says, and, few of them. I reckon you'll make a few grand.
Why has it got to be music? Why can't it be? I think that idea on the animals is good. I can do film stuff. I can talk about films. Elephant Man. Love that.
Go on then, do a film review, quickly.
Right, well today on film review we're doing classic films, and today we're looking at Elephant Man, John Merrick, one of his better pieces of work. It's a sad film. I've never really been able to watch it all the way through.
Sorry, John Merrick's better piece of work was him being the Elephant Man, played by John Hurt.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Sad film. When I was younger.
Tell us a bit about it. What is it about?
Who's John Merrick? It's about a fella who's got a funny head.
Right, tell us this.
And, he lives in, I think he lives in London, in like about the 1930s or something like that. And he's being picked on all the time and stuff. And, first time you watch it, you'll probably cry a bit. And then the second time you watch it, you're just sort of thinking, God, that would be bad. Sort of having a head like that being picked on all the time. Then the third time you watch it, you might think, how does he get his jumper on? Then, I don't know, probably bored of it the fourth time. but it's well worth watching, so, Elephant Man,
brilliant.
Yeah, see it.
Brilliant.
I think if you want to get on TV, Carl, you'd be better as the subject of maybe like an omnibus documentary. Living with Carl. Or maybe one of those appeals in Comic Relief. It doesn't all go to the people abroad, you know. There's some people in this country that need our help.
See you later. What is it?
That's the Libertines, Time for Heroes.
Oh, yeah. So, Carl, what a great day. Carl, he's done his screen test. That's going back to MTV now, to the big wigs to have a look at. Shouldn't mention wigs. We've had Rockbusters. We've had Educating Ricky. We had Educating Carl. Yeah.
And Claire here next week, so...
Yeah.
But you'll be back for the big Christmas spectacular.
Yeah, and that's that. I've not been happy today.
Go on, why?
If someone's listened for the first time today, it is normally better than this.
It's not.
No, it is. It is.
I don't think it is.
So,
I really don't think it is.
So that's that then. So I'll see you in
2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah.
Alright, enjoy yourself.
Cheers.
Best of luck with MTV.
Alright, I'll see you later.
Okay.
See ya.
Cheers.
Sing. Okay, well, blah 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 blah. He has to like dry it out. Okay, well, this thing is from the 80s. It's awkward. Okay, just shush. Stop laughing. Why are you laughing? Okay, well. Oh come on. Okay, well. I don't understand. Why does everyone laugh at like everything I say? This. Yes. What else is he gonna dry it out with? His face? This like a crack. This like a crack in the sink, and we just can't be bothered to. This glue. This like a crack in the sink, and we just can't be bothered to glue. Like fucking replace it because it's so expensive. This like a crack in the glue. Crack in the sink, and we just can't be bothered. This. This like a crack. This like a crack in the sink, and we just can't be bothered to. This glue. This like a crack in the sink, and we just can't be bothered to glue. Like fucking replace it because it's so expensive. This like a crack in the glue. Crack. It's a hair dryer. Crack. Come have a look. Hair dryer. Crack. Hair dryer, but I can't be bothered to explain. Crack. Hair dryer. Please help me out. Hair dryer. Please help me out. Please help me out. Hair dryer. Please help me out. Hair dryer. Please help me out. Please help me out. Hair dryer. Please help me out. This. Yes. What else is he gonna dry out with? Hair dryer. His face. This. There's like a crack. There's like a crack in the sink, and you just can't be bothered to. This glue. There's like a crack in the sink, and you just can't be bothered to glue replace it because it's so expensive. There's like a crack in the sink. There's like a crack in the sink, and you have to like glue it in the 80s. This sink is from 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 the 80s. Please help me out. Hair dryer. Please help me out. Drying out the sink. 80s. Please help me out. Hair dryer. Please help me out. Drying out the sink. 80s. Please help me out. Please drying out the sink. Hair dryer. Please help me out. This sink is from the 80s. What else is he gonna dry out with? Hair dryer. His face. This is from the 80s. There's like a crack. This is from the 80s. There's like a crack in the sink, and you just can't be bothered to. This glue. There's like a crack in the sink, and you just can't be bothered to replace it because it's so expensive. There's like a crack. This sink is from the 80s. Crack in the sink. You're drying out the sink. You're drying out the sink.